Hello, my name is Cherie Holmes, ASL to English Interpreting Fall 2022, Expressive 3, titled The Last Yellow Rose. Today I want to share my story with you. It is a true story about me and my girlfriend from a couple of years ago. It is a funny story named The Last Yellow Rose in the Whole World. Before I tell you my story, I forgot to mention that my girlfriend was lying up sick in bed. I entered the house and saw her there covered in a blanket, taking her temperature. When I looked at the thermometer, she had a high fever. I went to get her some medicine and I waited to see if she would feel better, but she never did. So I had an idea to create a story that would surprise her. I told her I was going to go to the store. Okay, so I went to the store and I was searching and I found a yellow rose. Before I entered the house, I hid the yellow rose behind my back pocket. I entered the house and saw that she was still lying there curled up, and I asked her, "Do you want me to tell you a story about the last yellow rose in the whole wide world?" "Okay, fine, I'm all ears." Okay, here we go. Imagine a world where I went to the store to find a yellow rose and there were none. So I went to the farmers and asked if they had any. No, none. So I went through the phone book, contacting many different places, but no one had any yellow roses. I didn't know what to do, so I entered the library and I did some research. I found out that Africa had one yellow rose. I knew that I had to go get the rose before someone else did, and it was gone. It's very important that I get that rose because when I give it to her, she's going to feel better and it's going to give her hope. Why would it give her hope? Because yellow roses symbolize hope. So it's important that I get that precise color. So I boarded an airplane to Africa, and when we landed, I joined up with 20 soldiers and we all started our journey out. We had backpacks packed and ready to go with everything we needed for camping. And we traveled through the jungle. We used a map because we didn't know which way to go. And it was hard to communicate with them. As we were going through the jungle, a snake slithered up a tree, dropped down and ate one of the men. Now we were down to 19. We continued our journey. As we continued along, a tree had fallen and was covering a cliff. The 4 leading men were walking across and it broke and they fell and plummeted to their deaths. Now we were down to 14. I could tell they were starting to get worried and I felt responsible, so I told them if we continued on, I knew we would find that yellow rose. So as we continued our journey, we were attacked by a tiger and we all scattered. But unfortunately, one person was killed and we were down to 14. We continued our journey and we were attacked by monkeys and we were dwindled down and left with just 5 of us. We were slashing through the jungle and sweating like crazy until finally we saw the last yellow rose. I was so overwhelmed I had tears of joy. My last yellow rose. It's so beautiful. I got a glass vase and I carefully placed it in it and I put it away for safety. And now it was time for us to travel back to America. On our way back, we were attacked by predators and we trickled down till I was the lone survivor. I boarded the plane and I was so unkempt. My hair and my beard was so scraggly and I had bruises and scratches everywhere. And while I was on the plane, all I could think is, I just want to see my girlfriend. When I landed, I entered the house and she was still curled up. Now it's time for the real rose. I grabbed it and I presented it to her and she was so overwhelmed. When I gave it to her, she said she felt better. And the next day, she felt even more better and we went out and spent some time together. So maybe it was the yellow rose that healed my girlfriend and not the medicine. Thank you.